Good evening, Mzansi. On that classic and beautiful note, we are right back on your timeline. It's been a busy weekend and we have all the receipts. What are receipts? All the receipts to prove it, something. Welcome to Trending SA right here on SABC3. My name is Refilwe Faleft. Improv Umlazi.
Bayete, Inkosi, bom 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 bom.
Whoa, bom, bom, you are spilling my drink.
Looks like you're trying to break the set.
And right here is the Globetrotter, the author, the Elma.
I'm actually dressed like I could be the Empress of
Unadi Hestu, no mama too. Dirifir, I don't know the lyrics of the song.
Yeah, there we go. Bokivat Fanat,
Okay, can someone please do us an Amapiano remix now, please? Thank you.
I co-sign that request. I'm with you. Helping us with today's business is the charming, the talented,
multi-talented
TV presenter, Samora Mangesi. I see you came back, darling.
I did come back, but you know what? Every single time I come to this table and I sit here and I look at you guys, I always just ask myself this one question. Obani laba bantu.
Yo!
Obani laba bantu.
Time with us, friend.
But wait, this 65-year-old hit maker of the new song, Obani laba bantu,
Obani laba bantu.
Obani laba. Her name is G65. She went viral over the weekend. Twibs believe that this is the song. It's going to be the
Absolutely.
December hit.
It's the one.
Take a look over it.
On a point of order,
Yes?
on a point of order, Speaker, I would just like to clarify for all my white people out there, Obani Lababantu means who are these people, just because you...
Who are these people? Who are these people?
Who are these people?
Yes.
So Umfondini tweeted the following: as soon as the song hit #1 on a popular chart, Ute, the legendary G65 occupies the top spot of SA iTunes charts. It's clear that one question that preoccupies our collective national conscience is the quest to know ukuthi obani lababantu. And Uzama Mdluli tweeted the following: Ute, I'm curious what's going to be G65's technical rider for her December performances. And to help us answer all these questions, we joined live by the legendary. I'm talking about the chart-topping queen,
Yes.
the one and only G65. Sabana, and welcome to Trending SA. Sabana, hello.
Hello.
Oh, Sabana, and welcome to Trending SA, Ma. Ma, I want to know the one question that's on everybody's mind. When you wrote the song, Obani laba bantu, who are these people? We want to know.
In fact, when I composed this song, it was all about the cheap talk that we as people always say. When you'll find people saying, people are these people, they are jealous people, they are talking about me, people are laughing at me. What are people going to say? So, in fact, I was trying to send the message that we should not say that as people, because you are also part of those people. That's why at the middle of the song, I'll be saying, listen, those people, then I'll be saying, it's me, it's you, it's them, and it's us. So that's how the song goes.
Mom, I love how famous you have become, literally, it feels like overnight. And you've recently received your master's degree. You're now an Amapiano star. You're working towards your PhD. I was just wondering, is there any other industry we should warn that G65 is coming for you? Is there anything else you still want to do at 65?
For now, I'm pursuing my PhD, nothing else.
Okay.
Nothing else. Mina bengicela ukubuza nje angithi igama leli uG65 for ugogo ona 65. We can
Yes.
already see that you're going to be very busy over December and probably spill over into next year. We're expecting you on stages when it comes to Easter. What happens to the name? It was about G66 next year.
No,
Okay.
no. I'm very sorry. If we are talking about release another single or album, no, I'm not going to do that. This project is one of project. So I've done it, and I'm just leaving it for other people.
Good energy.
I love
Thank
your
you so much,
energy.
Mum, for joining us, and thank you for enriching our lives in this way. And we will now have to listen to remixes of the song forevermore. We appreciate your time.
For the release, yes, I'll do it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mum. Now, 2020 refuses to rest. Not only are 65-year-olds ruling the Amapiano airwaves,
Yeah.
this story left me... Guys, okay, take a look at this picture. It popped up on my feed. Zwanga Mukutu posted this with the caption, "Meanwhile, the ANC unveiled a tap
Mbombi.
in the Eastern Cape today." Obviously, people were all over this on Twitter. Even Musi Mamani. Musi Mamani was there for this, and he launched. This is very embarrassing. Are they not embarrassed?
Wait, hold on. How does he have the gall to come out and call them out when he did this? Guys,
This was in Kailicha a decade ago,
and he was in charge.
and he was at the DA there.
Small matter of some open air toilets.
Al fresco.
Citizens, you want dignity? Sorry, we ain't got none for you. Yeah, that's the temerity of calling them out.
What else has happened actually?
So something very interesting was a COPE going through to a community and handing over not one,
Yes.
not two, but 3 entire balls.
I mean, they went
To
over...
say, we are here with you, we are deep in the trenches, and this is how we show solidarity.
please tell me-
COPE leader Musiwa Lekota donates 3 soccer balls to Computer Stars Football Club in Mandela Park in Ladybrand. The club is 54 young
54
members
young
from
members.
disadvantaged communities and orphans.
Hold on,
Reads the
guys,
statement.
hold on.
We couldn't call our local sports something shop and say, hey guys,
Yeah.
just donation yana.
Also, you know
CSR.
my thing is, right? It's the mentioning that there was 3. They are absolutely proud of the fact that it was not 1, not 2, but 3.
Could they not just have given them the gazebo too?
Guys,
You
can I
ask
tell
such
something?
pertinent questions.
You're asking for way too much now.
Guys, but why would you unveil a tab?
Ipompi.
A tab.
Can we look at it again, please?
Oh, is it Umbombi? Okay, yeah. All right. Me and my Joburg Zulu. Listen, I wonder if the cost of this whole unveiling, how much it had outweighed the cost of this thing. Did they need like a pocket money top up? Was a bank balance running low and they were like, guys, let's just
You know what I really want to know? I really want to know who emceed that feeling of this. How do you hype this up and say, all right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to sit?
How do you hype this up and how do you send invitations to this thing?
Wait. In defense of Ipombi, it is a foot-operated, social distancing, COVID-friendly tap.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. So,
Guys, I'm so... No, it's not funny. I'm hurt.
Okay.
I'm hurt.
Okay.
On behalf of that community.
We're gonna regain our composure. After the break, we'll continue with our top trends, and later we'll start our conversation about gender-bending norms. It's chaos in here. We'll see you in a short while. Guys!
Welcome back. You're still watching Training SA. Now, the next story, #Anele, was all over my timeline after the untimely passing of former Sundowns and Bafana Bafana player Anele Ngonga. It is reported that Anele passed away in the tender age of 33 in a car accident in KwaZulu-Natal this morning. The football star was tipped to join AmaZulu on loan. We send our heartfelt condolences to his family and friends. As the death of so many young people in 2020, it's scary.
Yeah, you know, and I think for me personally, I saw this on my timeline, but I didn't want to engage with it because I went through a very traumatic experience quite recently, which involves an accident. So it's very sad what we're seeing happening with young people all around the world, especially this year.
It's just really eerie though, because we still posted on the Trending SA platform the other day about Mshoza passing away, and I didn't realize that they had dated. So,
But Mshoza was engaged 3 times, married twice, had fat and set once.
A queen.
So it would have been very difficult to keep up anyway.
okay.
A queen.
Let's
I
move
love that.
swiftly along. The Vatican and the papacy, well, things are a little touch and go there. Pope Francis's verified Instagram account liked a very sexy picture of a Brazilian model, Natalia. The like was later undone, as in they went and unliked the photo from the Pope's Instagram account. I do have to say that this is what happens when Opa gets Instagram. But he took to social media and had a lot to say. Camilla weighed in and said, bro, even if it actually was the Pope running the Instagram, which it probably wasn't, let the man live. He's still alive. He's not dead.
Because for me, the man is single. The man is living in a palace.
Preach.
The man has got rings. The man has got a nice hat.
The man has designer wear, by the way.
The man has designer wear.
Mabe?
The man can click wherever.
I was at the Vatican for Easter last year. Now, I might not be Catholic, but I was closer to him than I am to you now. He wears white only and a lot of jewelry.
Like virginal white.
He is married. He is not single. He's married to the church.
All I'll say is that you got that close to the Pope. You got that close to the Pope because I'm seeing Natalie and I'm seeing you. The aesthetic. Man has taste.
Makes sense.
My question then becomes, what would you do if you were the Pope to get out of that tricky situation? For me, you just don't blush, poker face. My swag switch is broken. It won't turn off. I know a good thing when I see it. Boom. Am I wrong or am I right,
But
Samora?
guys, is it really that dramatic? Because we've seen some really hectic things coming out of the Vatican, right?
Ooh.
I mean, at least this time he just double tapped and didn't tap.
Hey. Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Do you know there's such a thing as the papal police?
Yes.
Mabazo.
So the Vatican advised. Guys, you know, in that situation, Mina Benzo Shuguti, you know what? Just because, and you said he's married to the church, just because I am full right now does not mean I can't look at the buffet. For next time when I'm hungry.
When next time? When is he gonna have another time? I mean, how old is he now? And that role, that marriage is till death, most.
Yes.
So-
Death do us part.
Wow.
You know what? He's alive. He's breathing.
He's got a
He's a
pulse.
vibrant human being.
Yes.
And he's seen things, by the way,
But you know
right?
what? Don't go and unlike the post. If you
Also
like
that.
that loss, we saw
that
you.
looks shady.
We saw you already.
Maintain
No,
that
hun.
energy. Stand by.
It's like when someone goes onto your Instagram and they're stalking you and then they like a photo from like 26 weeks ago and you're like, "Aibo, kanti busenza ntoni?"
Going that far, but
And then they unlike it again.
It's a bit weird.
Samora, thank you so much for
you guys
coming
having
through.
me. Also, I didn't finish my water.
Okay, thank you so
oh,
much.
you only got water.
You only-
Oh, stop.
shame.
Poor thing. We'll give you the good stuff next time, okay?
Samora, you must come through next time. I love the chaos that you bring here. But before we let you go, is there anything that caught your attention today or over the weekend?
Definitely, you know what? My entire weekend has just been about G65. And I am so glad that I got to be here and actually experience her
Yes.
in person. I'm going to be the talk of Midrand.
That's
I feel like you are dragging us now.
Guys, I'm so glad that they'll be talking about something in Midrand besides furniture and chemtrails. We are going on a short break. When we come back, we start our conversation around bending gender norms in modern day time with an in-depth... Stop it, guys. With an in-depth look into Harry Styles' Gender Bending magazine cover shoot. Don't go anywhere.
Awe, kukichimika si
Welcome back. You're still watching Training SA right here on SABC3. Today we begin our conversation about, I guess, the gender revolution in modern times. We'll be tackling various topics around gender identity and gender non-conformity as well. But today we kickstart our conversation by unpacking, I guess, people that are busting out of those gender barriers and parameters in popular culture, within popular culture. And to have that conversation, we are joined by journalist, writer, and gender activist. Welcome, Lishivha. Thanks for coming through. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Give him the energy that
I like that. Can I just say, you guys look so much better in person. And I'm so glad to be here for the live experience. Yes.
He's either dragging our
shade.
Instagram skills or the lighting, but okay.
I'll take it all.
A few weeks ago, Harry Styles was featured on the cover of Vogue wearing a lace-trimmed gown. I'm sure you saw this.
Yes.
And a tux jacket, and the cover really got some mixed reaction.
Sorry.
Some of it was backlash. Some people loved it. Karis tweeted a really interesting response to this, saying, Harry is confident enough in himself to show whatever side of himself he wants. You say society needs strong men, but you don't realize the strength it takes to have that confidence in yourself. Mm-hmm. He has the strength to go against gender norms. He's inspiring people to be who they are, which is a very compelling argument. Auntie Crass weighed in and said, this isn't the type of man heterosexual women are attracted to. Saying, I am attracted to men who are men.
A man who's
I'm already imagining some guy like dragging his knuckles across the floor. What is a man who is a man?
A man who is a man. That is a very problematic and ancient way of, existing in this 21st century. And whoever tweeted that ought to be invited very kindly to the 21st century. But I do think the idea of a man who is a man is something that has been used to kind of subjugate or treat women badly, or men who present as feminine. I love my lipstick. I love my nail polish, and that doesn't make me any less of a man. Sure. And I think that tweet was also in response to Candace Owen, who said, we need bring back our manly man. And that idea of a manly man, reinforces gender stereotypes that are harmful not only to men, like myself, who should have the liberty to express themselves as they please, but it's also harmful to women and in reinforcing gender stereotypes of what a woman should be. What's a woman who's a woman, a man who's a man? People should have the right to express themselves freely without any pressure from society about the heterosexual woman emphasizing that as the kind of ideal or normal man, or pushing the idea of what a normal man should be. The idea of normal is very narrow and doesn't include a lot of different people like myself.
And I like what you're saying, because I think what a lot of people then also do is sort of relegate people that are gender bending or non-conforming to the creative or creative industries, right? Yes. And so they'll say those guys can do it or those women can do it, but not everybody else. But I think in the last few decades, we've also luckily had creatives who also just push the envelope in that way. But I want us to check out this video, and we'll come back and talk more about it.
The gender binary is being questioned more than ever before.
Is there a need to place a gender binary on clothing?
And a new generation is moving towards genuine fluidity.
Gender is just a construct. People should just be free to dress how they want to.
Mm-hmm. So what do you make of that video stating the fact that gender is just a construct?
I mean, gender is just a construct. The idea of a man or a woman is taught. We are taught what a role of a man should be. The idea of pink and blue, when we teach our children that you're a boy and you ought to behave this way, boys will be boys, and girls have to behave a certain way around boys. These are all gender norms and stereotypes we must do away with, because as we can see, they are perpetuating gender-based violence, because the expression of masculinity as we understand it, very toxic, has resulted in women being abused. And so I think it's really important that we are seeing more and more younger people expressing themselves freely. And I don't think it's, contrary to what a lot of people think, I don't think it's a new thing that's coming up with this generation. It's just that there's language now, and that the connectedness of the world with the internet, right? And us being being exposed to different people has meant that we are now finding ways of
Yeah.
remaking ourselves and not looking at the self or myself as a static thing, but as a constantly changing idea that I remake every day I wake up.
Welcome. I want to know what informs this thing with the younger kids that they're free to be themselves, they're bending gender norms. What is it that didn't happen before?
Yeah, I mean, I think technology has played a big role in providing, exposing people to different cultures, different personalities. And in that process, we now have information about who we can be in the world. We are no longer forced to buy into the ideas that were passed down to us by past generations who weren't as exposed as we are today. So I think technology has played a big role in exposing us to different people and information.
I remember growing up, there was in the entire section, two sections next to each other, there was one gay man in the entire place. And when he would pass by, everybody would be in their windows on some hybo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that still happens.
But I'm glad that, it's opening up. People are seeing different things and gender roles.
And we are seeing it so mainstream, like this clip. This is from Sex Education.
My favorite show.
It makes me feel scared for you. Your fear doesn't help me, Dad. It makes me feel weak. But why do you have to be so much? This is me.
I don't want you to be hurt.
So is what you wear today still a signifier for your orientation and also your gender, or should we not place as much emphasis on that?
I mean, I think it's two-way. We shouldn't be so concerned with people's genders, as it pertains to how we relate to one another. Gender really doesn't play a big role, and I think that's something we should do away with. But I think people should have the liberty to express their genders however way they please, whether it's gender non-conforming, which means I could be a man but present as feminine, and that's how I want the world to know and see me. That's, people should be allowed to do that. And I think, it's two-way. Yes, I use my clothes to express my femininity. And at the same time, sometimes I just wear gender-neutral clothing and just get by without attaching any kind of gender expression to myself in that moment. But I think it's very important that fashion is allowing people to express themselves.
How do we normalize that? How do we normalize us seeing a person and not having any attachments or baggage around what they wear?
Let's do it quickly. We're out of time.
Very quickly, yeah.
How do we normalize that? I think we should celebrate people who are out already, people who are visible, and we should give more platform to those people. Because for younger people who are who don't see queer people on TV or gay people or lesbian people, they tend to have problems with lack of representation.
Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome. We love having you, and that's how we wrap up the first ep of the week. Big question we're unpacking tomorrow is what makes a real man in these modern times. Get ready to take your fourth seat, and we're going to talk about it tomorrow night.
And rest in peace. Rest in peace to Mshoza. We will always love you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome.